What's up, brother? Welcome to Trust Me, Bro. How you doing tonight?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Awesome.
Nice.
Just got done
Nice.
with a double header for Monday Night Football, so
Yeah,
got
yeah.
pretty good.
Well, we had a blowout, and it was looking like we were kind of headed towards another one, but it turned out to be the game.
Yep. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. Yeah, total blowout with the Bills just stomping all over T-Law and the Jags. Yeah, they
Yeah,
looked really out of sorts tonight, so couldn't get anything going.
looks like garbage. Looks
Yep.
like just utter garbage. Same with the Bengals defense, man. I was really surprised by that. They just had no answer tonight.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that Joe Burrow was hitting T. Higgins a lot. He had a lot of trust in him tonight, and you could tell that he's a little rusty still after being out the first 2 weeks of the season, and still trying to shake off some of that rust with Burrow. But it was encouraging to see how much Burrow was, targeting Higgins tonight. So
Yeah,
didn't come up on the right side of a few of those catches, but and touchdown. But encouraging usage, I think, for T. Higgins, and Joe
yeah.
looked good. Joe scored more fantasy points than Josh Allen even tonight.
No,
So
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, he let us throw the ball. How many attempts he had,
Mhm.
but I mean, he got the ball. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a lot of people had to do tonight on that team.
Yep. So the next Monday night we've got another doubleheader. So I don't know how much of a big fan I am of these doubleheaders on Monday Night Football, but seemed to be pretty entertaining tonight. I finally, decided to do dual televisions in the same room, so that worked out pretty good. So I guess that's how I'm gonna have to tackle it from now on for these doubleheader Monday nights.
Yeah, more skills my setup upstairs.
Yep, absolutely.
I like it. I like that it's kind of spread out a little bit. So you got halftime
Mhm.
one game, you're watching
Yep.
the other one. Dylan goes to halftime and they're back to the third quarter. I kind of like that split.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I know that they've done it in years past. Usually, that very first weekend of the season or very first Monday of the season is when they used to do it pretty frequently. And then it looks like they've kind of expanded that a little bit in the past few years because we've only had solo Monday night games the first 2 weeks of the season, and here we are in weeks 3 and 4 having double headers. So
Yep.
interesting, but yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
All right. So, you want to get into some of these players tonight of who caught your eye during week 3 of the NFL action?
Well, let's do it, man. I was kind of thinking too. We're through week 3.
Yep.
This is where we're starting to get a feel for who's who,
Right.
what the teams look like. I think some players are starting to finally emerge, and some are still in the gutter. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but let's get into it, man. What are you seeing out there for quarterbacks?
All right. So the first quarterback I wrote down for this, well, I want to go ahead and go with one that I brought up last time, Justin Fields. I'll start with him. And so, yeah, I've been hesitant to use him this particular weekend. I actually do have him on 2 benches in two of my leagues. They're actually just 1 QB leagues, so I don't have him in any Superflex leagues. If I did have him in Superflex, I probably would have been playing him already, at least this past weekend. But with Tua going down, I still didn't use him only because he got 11 points in week 1, 11 points in week 2, and so I was looking at Derek Carr, thinking, all right, this guy's putting up 33 points, for the first, 33, 34 points in weeks 1 and 2. So I thought I'd, ride around in the car for a while. But the car ran out of gas. Got me about 8 points. So, yeah, I kind of wish I would have gone with Fields. And so I think that this next coming week with Tua, out indefinitely, I think I'll just go ahead and go with Fields and see how it goes. But yeah, he was impressive. Looked pretty good this past weekend. Threw for 245 yards and a passing TD, and he ran in a touchdown. So he can also hit you with his legs.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. It'd be interesting to see, as Russ gets healthy, if they start letting him run more too.
Yeah, right.
I think they're being a little bit conservative on that
True.
side.
Yeah, he's 3-0. I mean, he's winning some football games, in Pittsburgh. I mean, it's thanks to their defense. It's not because of Fields that they're winning these games. Obviously, it's their defense that's stepping up to the plate and playing really good football so far in these 3 games. But yeah, I think he's going to have the job for a while, even if Russ does come back. I think they're going to, it's his to lose at this point. I think winning 3 games to start the season. I mean, the coach would be foolish to go away from him at this point while he's hot, while the team's hot. So.
Yeah, for sure. What kind of star ranking do you have on him?
3 stars, just because of his legs, rushing ability. If he gets into a system where he's comfortable, and then like you said earlier, with Russ as an insurance policy, the coach Tomlin just lets him cook and go off and be Fields. Then yeah, we could see some good things in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and I'd love to see it, man. It's always
Yep.
fun. Cool. Well, now I'll pop the name Sam Donald.
Yeah.
It seems like his personally fine, so it looks like he's gonna be all right. And man, he's off to a good start. He's still 29% owned.
Right.
So a lot of other people aren't buying into him, but I'm buying into him for this year.
Yeah.
He's got 3 wins, passed for 181 yards, 4 touchdowns this last game. So
that's right. Nothing to sneeze at.
Exactly. Like
4 touchdowns. Yeah.
Like you're always looking for that guy that can score you 20 plus points every week.
Yeah, that's right. He could be that guy. Yeah, absolutely. He's got JJ to throw to, and Addison coming back soon. So he's got an arsenal of weapons, and then he'll have Hawkinson coming back fairly soon.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, he's stacked.
Yep, looking good.
Yep.
John down the backfield is always a good option too.
Yeah.
So we got 2 stars on him. Very easily could be a 3-star, depending on where you're at with quarterback. If just somebody like maybe you have faith in Trevor Lawrence. Who's in there, with him. Time to dump him and grab you some Sam Darnold.
Totally agree. Yeah, if I had T-Law, I would drop him and go with Sam Darnold, 100%, Craig. Yeah, it's good to see him finally, land somewhere, right? Started off with the Jets, spent some time in Carolina. Things didn't really work out either of those spots. But here he is. He found himself a team where he can throw to Justin Jefferson and Hawkinson.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's going to have a pretty solid season. So very good.
Agreed.
Okay. All right. Next up, I'll go with Andy Dalton, Red Rifle, oldie but goodie. He was starter for the Cincinnati Bengals for a long time. I think he went out to where was it? Was it the Cardinals? I forget. Someplace maybe out west where he landed. I forget. But anyway, he's resurfaced with the Panthers now, and he took the job from what's the guy's name from? I don't know. Can't even think of him right now. Bryce Young, yes. Took the job from Bryce Young. Yep. And I don't know. I think they gave Bryce Young a full year, showed no improvement through 2 games. And I think that Red Rifle stepping in, just showing, I think if I was Bryce Young, I'd be thinking to myself, wow, he just proved that somebody can come in off the bench and do well in this system, that something I couldn't do. And, what was it? A full season last year and 2 games this season. So it obviously showed that he was the problem, Bryce Young. I mean, early still, small sample set, but yeah, I think Andy Dalton looks good. 4% owned. Week 3 threw for 319 yards and a touchdown. Yeah. So yeah, off to a good start so far.
Yeah, I like him too, man. I mean, he's always been a solid quarterback.
Yeah.
But now, I think he's a good quarterback option. But now, like DeAndre Johnson and some of those others, even a touchdown on all his hamstring. I think he's going to get that checked out. But then it starts making these guys relevant too.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll be talking about him when we get to the next section. Yep. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're both in agreement here. You got 2 stars on Andy Dalton, Craig?
Yep, 2 stars.
Okay.
I agree with that. Another 2 stars, Jared Goff. He's off to a slower start. He's 52% owned. He's got a lot of weapons there. You can't argue with that. He's having, what I'm really looking at here is if you've got, some buys coming up with your quarterback and whatever, and you're going to need some fill in. He's going,
yeah.
I feel that he'll start getting hot. He was a solid quarterback last year. I think he's going to get back to that action. I was looking at week 5 through 12.
Yeah.
And I think every one of those defenses he can score some pretty solid points on. So
got a cupcake schedule coming up, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's got Seattle, and then he's got a bye. But after that,
yeah.
He's got about 7 weeks here to be right in the playoffs. Where I think he'll be a pretty decent fantasy quarterback for you. So 2 stars on him just because I would wait until after waivers. Grab Wednesday morning, sometime between Wednesday and Sunday.
or even after the buy, like you were saying, just if if you're not a pressing need, but you have somebody like me who has Tua, and he's out for I don't know how long. So that for me would be someone for me to target. I think, wait till after that buy and get by with Fields one more week and see how that goes, and then toss him in.
Yeah.
And stick some beyond. So
I like that strategy too.
Yep, I like it, Craig. Okay. All right, let's move on over to the running backs. I know you mentioned his name just a second ago, so why don't you take I guess what do you want to call him, the Hercules of the weekend?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude went off. Chuba Hubbard.
Yep.
Get 2 stars. He's
Yeah.
kind of one of those that, some weeks he'll flash, and other weeks, he might throw you up a 5, or something like that. But 52% owned. Week 3 he had 21 carries for 114 yards.
Solid.
5 on his grabs too.
Yeah.
55 yards in a study. So
that's great. Yeah.
Scored 30 points. Looked great out there. I think now with Red Rifle as quarterback.
Yeah.
Not only going to go catch the backfield, but it was a different looking offense, for what we all prepared for. So I think it takes, a few weeks of people seeing this offense really kind of catch on. So he could have a solid next week or two.
I agree. Yeah, I think definitely week 4. I think they may have a bye coming up, but also James Brooks from UT is going to be hitting the scene right after the bye, and so he'll be back on the scene. But it is going to take James Brooks, a couple games to get. Yeah, he'll be eased in. I think. Yeah, I mean Chuba Hubbard isn't going anywhere anytime soon, so I don't see James Brooks potentially taking over that backfield till week 8 and beyond. So if he does, Chuba Hubbard may just hold on to that ball and hold on to that backfield. So you never know.
Very possible.
Yep, very possible. Well, good pick. All right, next up, I want to talk about Bucky Irving. Plays for the Bucks. So perfect name for a guy playing for the Bucks, right? Bucky Irving. Yep, I love it. 35% owned. In week 3, he had 9 carries. He went for 70 yards with those 9 carries. So that's a hell of a yards per carry average. Went 3 for 3 on his targets for another 14 yards. And so there is talk, especially in the Tampa Bay area, at least I heard on the radio, that he's the talk of the town right now, Bucky Irving. And so, yeah, it's looking like a fan favorite. I think that he could potentially take over that backfield. And so this is a name to watch. Definitely 2 stars, somebody to pick up. Hopefully as a waiver wire leftover, and you don't have to necessarily use a claim on. But if you can grab him, stick him on the end of your bench and see what materializes.
Yeah, he looks like Rachaad White 2.0.
Yeah, looks good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the game and I kept look at that number. Like, is that number 1? Is that number whatever Bucky is 4, or something like that?
Yeah.
7, I forget what number he is. It's somewhere in there. But yeah, he kind of does the same thing. And White had I think it was a growing injury, so they were probably trying to limit his carries this week and give Bucky a little bit more time. But Bucky looked good too. So definitely one to grab. See if it's a running back by committee backfield, or if Rachaad White does end up getting hurt, he's a great fill-in.
Yeah, exactly. He could be this year's Kyron Williams. He could be a league winner. You never know.
Yeah,
Yep. All right, let's move on to wide receivers, Craig. Hit me up with the first. We'll go ahead and talk about the star of the weekend, the overall fantasy number 1 player, I think, among all positions. Probably did better than every quarterback, but
yeah.
Talk about that 49er, Craig.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Juwan Jennings. 4 stars. Debo went down.
Yep.
All you had was Ayuk out there. Kittle was.
He didn't play.
Didn't
play.
Nope. Was
scratched. Scratched.
So you're going to throw the ball to. You're going to throw it to Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, it was him or Ayuk, and he stole the show. I mean, yeah.
Like they chose to go right up and had a decent day also, but Juwan Jennings 11 grabs, a dozen targets, 175 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Hat trick. That's amazing.
Hard to argue with that.
Yeah.
That was a great performance. So, when's Debo supposed to come back? He's out in at least another game, right?
Yeah, I don't know. This guy, I think, is worthy of a waiver wire claim. You got four stars on him, so yeah,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Yep.
Especially in a league where you're hurting at wide receiver, he's definitely someone to look at.
Yeah, that trust is definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
With Purdy.
Yeah, and he did well in the Super Bowl. If I'm remembering correctly, I think he scored a touchdown and had a really good game in the Super Bowl.
I think I remember that right.
Yep. Yeah, good player. Yep. All right, let's move on to. I wrote down D-Hop, Craig. We're all familiar with D-Hop. Had a really long, great career with the Houston Texans, and then went over to the Cardinals. Had great time out west with the Cardinals, and bounced around. Now he's over in Tennessee now for the Titans. Not exactly the best offense, but he's still pretty reasonably owned. 56% owned, so he's under our 70% threshold. 2 stars I'm tagging him with. Week 3, he has 6 grabs on 7 targets for 73 yards and a touchdown. So you never know. I mean, he's still a solid NFL player, I think. So yeah, if you need somebody to put in, if you have your players on bye, he'd be a good bye week fill in, or who knows, he may end up doing great.
I agree. Will Levis is a screw up.
Yeah,
dude makes so many decisions. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's gonna be the end of his career. All the bad decisions he keeps making, but then he does give it to the receivers. So
yeah.
I agree. I mean, I think it's still D-Hop.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's got a solid chance at it. So I agree with that.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, you want to take the next one? Or you want me to take it?
I'll skip one.
Okay. There you go.
I got 2 stars on him. He's 62% on. He's an active part of this offense. Every time I watch the Falcons, they've been on prime time the last couple weeks, and he's getting a lot of targets. He's getting a lot of targets around the line. But he's a speedy guy. He's a deep threat. If they just manage to get the ball down the field about 20 yards or so, he's got some chances of breaking one. He's definitely got the wheels for it.
Yep.
This last week, he went 8 for 8, 66 yards. So he looked really good. 7 targets last week. He's definitely getting the action. London is probably the number 1 there, but Mooney's, maybe a really close second. If not, maybe he's the number 1.
Yeah, he's not far behind. I mean, he definitely has the trust of Kirk Cousins. Yeah, he trusts him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Good pick.
Nice little pickup. What did I tell you? I got 2 stars on him.
3 stars. It looks like you got on him. Or no, 2. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2. Yep. Okay. Got it. All right, 2 for Mooney. All right. I wrote down Khalil Shakira, 65% owned. Wide receiver. It's not week 3. He went 6 for 6. So he caught all the passes thrown his way by Josh Allen. 6 for 6 for 72 yards and a touchdown. And so, Josh Allen needs somebody to trust. With Diggs gone, somebody's got to fill those targets. I think Diggs probably saw 100-plus targets last season, right? So those targets got to go somewhere. And so I think Shakira was one of them. I also saw the rookie got a touchdown tonight. He looked really good. Also, Keon Coleman, I think it is. But yeah, it looks good. And so, if Josh Allen's your quarterback and you play on the Buffalo Bills, I know that Cook is a big part of their plan this year. They are pretty run heavy. Of course, Josh Allen can take off and run the ball a lot too. But they got to throw to somebody. So this is the guy. I think he looks good.
Yeah, you got 3 stars on him, bro. I 100% agree with that. I almost would even move that to a 4 star. Also, I've been on this guy from the draft. He hasn't disappointed.
Nope.
I don't think he'll ever goose egg you.
Right.
I played Shaheed this weekend. Goose egg me.
Yeah.
The ball was in his hands in the end zone. It was just defended, but he had his chances. But Shakira is in the mix. And he's getting his catches. I think he's going to get 6 to 10 targets every game. What he does with them, took one to the end zone tonight. He's solid. He's solid. I think he'll be good for the remainder of the season.
I think he's going to actually surprise us with multiple two touchdown games. I could see a lot of those happening this season. I think he'll have 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah, it's almost like Josh Allen now has his Cooper Cup.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's very talented. Very talented. Good hands. I mean, went 6 for 6, so he caught everything thrown in his area code. So looked great.
That's right.
All right, let's move on. Let's see. You talked about Mooney last time. Hit me with your next one, the Bengal, right?
Yeah, got one last one here.
Yeah.
Him tonight, Andre Sevilla, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's good. It's like there's a lot of places for Josh Burrow to throw that ball, especially with Higgins back. But with Higgins back, but he's still having a ball night. Kentucky looks pretty good, but he also still got his catches.
He got a touchdown, didn't he?
He still got a touchdown.
Yeah, I saw that. Looked great.
Yeah, he went 5 for 7, 52 yards and touchdowns tonight. So,
even with Higgins back, very good. All right.
You know, he's definitely he's still in that Tyler Boyd spot. We know what Tyler Boyd did. You know,
he sucked. Yeah, he was terrible.
Sometimes it gets 20 points, and sometimes it gets you 2 points. Yeah, and I kind of feel like that's the same with him. I've got 2 stars on him.
Okay.
You know, he's one that is to grab his stats, going to see how things go.
Yeah.
But he's also somebody that's active in that offense, and he's 7% on in league.
7%. Okay.
Yeah.
So widely available. 93% of leagues he's out there.
Yep.
Okay. Very good, Greg. Hit us off with the first tight end that caught your eye. I think we got a Bengal theme here tonight, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I just mentioned him, Mike Gesicki. I didn't double check this. He's still 2% on. But he's touching tonight, bro.
Maybe. I filled in the stats for Shakira. I don't think I filled in the ones for this one.
I'm going to do some live stats here.
Okay.
If my Apple actually worked. No. But anyways, he had, 7 catches tonight.
Yeah, Gesicki.
You know, roughly up in that 50 yard range. I think he's stats from last week. So,
yeah,
but he's definitely the pass catching tight end there.
Yeah.
In Cincinnati. I think he's actually found a home. He get a lot of looks when he was in Miami, but he's definitely getting them in Cincinnati.
Yeah, let's see how he did tonight. I think I got his stats pulled up. Let's see. Tonight he saw 5 targets from Burrow. He caught 4 of them for 47 yards, 8.7 fantasy points. So knocking on the door of 9 fantasy points. Close to double-digit fantasy points for a tight end on a Monday Night Football. Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
When you got LaPorta body.
Yeah.
I didn't break 7 points yet this year.
Nothing. Yeah.
I'll pick up 9 points.
Yeah, exactly. Someone to look at for sure if you are a let's see, the guy who plays for the Cardinals, McBride. If you're a McBride owner, he went down with a concussion. So usually in the NFL, the concussion, you're looking at least 1 game. Yeah. So if you're a McBride owner, you could do worse than going with Gesicki because he plays in a lot of mouths to feed, I think, in that Bengal offense. But he might eat some neck soon if you need a tight end. Very good. All right, I'm going to go back to Hockenson. This is probably I'm a repeat this year on this guy, but he's still only 66% now, and that's the only reason why I repeated him this particular evening, Craig, is because it's under the 73% threshold. Good IR stash, comes back week 7, so we just got through week 3, so he's got to wait a few more weeks.
Nice. I like it.
Yep.
We talked about Sam Darnold having a good year. Hockenson is going to just fit right back in, I believe.
Yep.
Good call on that. Last one here. I think we both can agree on this with Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams finally had himself a day yesterday. I think he threw about 360-something yards and found Kmet quite twice. But he had 10 grabs on 11 targets, 97 yards.
Yeah.
Look good. He's definitely, somebody that Caleb Williams is looking at.
Yeah, he's just blanky for sure.
Yep.
Yep. 2 stars. All right. Because he may fade just as fast as that Patriots guy did.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
So he may get you nearly 20-point game, and then next week he can come out and get you 4.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We're-
So
we're-
proceed with
we're-
caution.
Exactly. We're not mentioning Goddard because
Right.
of the same thing. Goddard's going to come
Yeah.
out and get 5 points next week.
Right. What's his percentage on? Right? Is he over the 70? I don't even know.
I really don't know either.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, if he's under 70, yeah, go grab Goddard over Komet for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. All right. Let's move on to streaming defenses. I picked up, let's see, I guess I'll talk about the top 2 and then take the Dolphins and then lead us into kickers. Okay. So you'll do both kickers and then the other one. But anyway, I want to talk about these defenses, the Vikings and the Saints. I've been looking at how they've been doing so far in the season, and they've just been dominating, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings D has looked really solid. They've been scoring a ton of fantasy points. I know they're facing the Packers this coming weekend, and the Packers may even have Love back, but I'm still playing the Vikings D because they've looked really good, and they've shut down some pretty solid teams.
Yeah, I like it.
And same thing with the Saints. Their D looked really good. Towards the end in garbage time, the Cowboys kind of, I'm sorry, they just destroyed the Cowboys, didn't they? Yeah. So anyway, yeah. The Cowboys were playing a different team this past weekend, but yeah. Anyway, I think both those defenses are going to be pretty good. I would play both of them this coming weekend.
Yeah, okay. I like it. Also, I went with the Dolphins. Their defense hasn't been great.
Yeah.
But the Titans.
Okay. Yeah.
Will Levis earlier.
Yeah.
He was good for a couple picks. Maybe just hand it to the other team. But
yeah.
He's good for some turnovers. That's for sure.
Yeah. Levi's. Yeah. Tee off on Levi's. 100% agree, Craig.
Yeah. Kickers. Carlos Santos didn't have that great of a game this last game.
Mm-hmm.
But we got the Rams coming up.
Yep.
Rams defenses, they could be tied at times. Caleb Williams is not getting him in the end zone, very often. So I could see Santos having a pretty decent day. The one I really like this week is Young Hoku.
Okay.
Yeah. You mentioned the Saints defense. They're the best red zone defense in the league.
Yeah. All right.
So
yeah.
I think Chu might have himself a day.
Okay, he's probably has a little higher ownership than what we normally see for some of these streaming kickers. But if he's out there, yeah, go get him. Yeah. Young Hoku.
He may. I don't really look at that. I look if they're out there, they're out there. He's out there in a couple leagues I was looking at.
Okay, yeah, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah. Okay, so he's the recommended guy. I went with Siebert. He got me 9. I needed 11. Hey, he was close, man. Real close. Yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna complain about 9. That's almost double digits. That was a good performance. I shouldn't have been in the hole that much to need 11. That's my fault. My other player's fault. I'm not blaming my kicker on that loss. He came to work. And he worked a full day. He delivered, so he did fine.
He did the same.
Yep.
There's the Bengals defense would have been able to.
Instead of that touchdown at the end, because they were within field goal range. Yeah. If they wouldn't have let Scary Terry score, then yes, I would have. He would have got me 12 plus. I would have been fine and won that matchup. So. Yep. All right. Well, very good, brother. Well, we're getting close to 30 minutes, so let's go ahead and call it here. And we'll be back at you next week. We have another doubleheader next Monday night, so we'll be back to recap the Monday night game and how our fantasy teams did and who to look for on the waiver wire after week 4 of the NFL.
Yep. Good luck on the waiver wire, brother.
You too, brother. All right. I'll see you next Monday. Peace.